I look extra queer today. It's the shirt, isn't it? um, this is instruments I have acquired. Um, some of which I technically don't have ownership of, but have claimed as mine as my journey through life. um, Back when I used to live in a small town, I'm not gonna say it because I might move back there someday, I hope to. It kind of had this cottagecore Gilmore vibe-esque shop area, and you know, every now and then a store would go out of business because it's like the rent's really high and it's hard to be a small business there. And just seeing like the shop and stuff, I'd always fantasize about owning a music shop, or like a place where students can come and play, have a stage and like music equipment, even though I know nothing. The speakers things, and then you plug them in the guitar and the aux cord, that's what it's called. That's all I know. Music is such a special thing to me. I believe that without music, I don't know if I would have still been here, but oh well. So we'll start off with instrument number one, my voice. I don't know if my flatmates heard me or not, but I can kind of sing. Like, it's not a big deal or anything. You may have heard me on the Jolly Ranchers song go like, on them Jolly Ranchers. It's still really breathy. I haven't done warm-ups in a while. I need to keep practicing. But I hope that one day music can be a part of my career. Well, my dream job is to perform on stage, and that's fun. So we'll start off with the second instrument out of this collection I've gained. I've had other instruments, but yeah, like the ukulele. I used to have an orange one. I've got all my cool pins here. Well, these aren't all of them, obviously. Just the ones that haven't fallen off. My almost stepdad brought me the ukulele. I say almost because he and my mum never got married. They broke up, but they were together for a couple years. Normally I just like, the stickers really help put my fingers on, but sometimes I just make one up. It's out of tune. School bus, the tire broke, blah. I normally just find a note that sounds good, and then I find another one, and they'll have like 2 chord changes within like a whole song that I create. Yeah, ukulele technically was my first instrument. So this here, can you guess what it is before I open it? I forget the actual name for it. I don't think it's actually called flute. I think that's just the short term. But I learned how to assemble this, and I actually learned how to play a couple notes, which I've forgotten. I don't want to be too loud because the rooms definitely aren't soundproof. So that's this thing. My mum used to play this as a kid. My parents weren't actually the type of parents to force their kids to play an instrument. All my cousins' parents were, my aunties and uncles. Not all of them, like on my dad's side. And my parents didn't enjoy playing instruments as a kid, so they decided that they didn't want to force us to do it, which I kind of like, grr, now I'm not talented kind of thing. And this was my dad's old, what's it called? Clarinet. This is the only thing I have of his now. I used to have his old truck. I don't have this because I'm nostalgic of him. I have this because it's great to have a variety of instruments, just with special interests. I learned how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I've since forgotten it. And I also learned how to play probably Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or maybe like Hot Cross Buns kind of thing. Can you believe I never went professional? I've tried playing this recently, but I think the thing is that the reed's not on properly, so it doesn't play a sound. Well, I don't have a grand piano, but I bought this cheap playmat thinking that'll sound good. It'll sound exactly like the display that they have. That sounds pretty good. Upon playing it, I read the receipt and found out that at this store I cannot return an item unless it is faulty. I bought this quite a few months ago and I've only opened and played it once. Back then I had money and I kind of want to return it and get my money back so I can like survive. But turns out I can't. So it's a piano mat. I have to plug this in to play it and I honestly cannot be bothered to do that. Just, do you know those giant piano mats people had as kids? It sounds pretty much exactly like that. So this next instrument I brought, I was very excited. Turns out it's a cheap piece of crap, but apparently you can tune it to make it sound like the average one of these, but you need like a hammer thing. So I'm going to show you, and you can't get too excited because unfortunately it doesn't sound as good as you'd think it does. So this is a kalimba, if you don't know. It kind of sounds like those wind chimes, but this is like really out of tune. I thought that I could use it for like meditation time, but like it kind of hurts my fingers as well. There's this really good app I recommend instead of buying one of these, Keylimba. You can actually change the spokes, the notes to like gay flags and stuff, and you can record it and play it back to you. I prefer that over this for meditation time. So that's it for all the instruments I own. I mean, talk about all the instruments you own slash and or know how to play down in the comments down below. That makes sense. Thank you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.